This is episode 3 of the MMA On Tap podcast. Today's episode is brought to you by Good Juju. It's ale brewed with ginger. It has a cool little logo thing. I picked it out today.
It's very cool. It feels like Dia de los Muertos. Has the skeleton with and some lizards in its eyes. I don't know.
So it looks good. It only has
graphics.
Great graphics. It only has 4.5%, so I was a little like, I almost didn't get it just off the alcohol percentage.
That's low for us. That's
really low. So, let's give it a go and see what you think. Cheers, my bro. You go first. You're going to rate it for me.
Wow.
I got the rating.
Wow. All right. You have the Rate Beers rating?
Yeah, I'm on the ratebeer.com.
I love my ginger beer. I love Moscow Mules.
It does kind of remind me of a Moscow Mule.
Yeah,
even though
ginger.
Yeah, it's the ginger. But what's your rating first out of 5?
I'm giving that that's a 2.3.
Okay. What do you think the average was?
Ooh. 2.1.
2.85 out of 5.
Oh, all right.
It's from Longmont, Colorado.
Colorado.
Yeah, it's a Colorado beer. But, this doesn't taste too great.
The ginger's too weak. It's too weak. They need to kick the ginger spice up.
No, I just think I literally only taste ginger. It tastes like ginger water more to me. It's like watery.
No, it's very watery, yeah.
So reviews are not great. Yeah.
So you think maybe the median's a little different?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyways,
that's you want a watery ginger beer.
Yeah.
Good juju. Yeah.
It's
your beer.
I like the lighter beers, and this one I knew was light, so I thought I'd give it a shot.
It's light, yeah. I could drink a lot of these.
I could drink a lot, but it doesn't taste that great. Like, I'll stick to my...
I drink a lot of other light beers.
I'll stick to my Steel Reserve, honestly.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's enough. I mean, shout out to Good Juju. We gave you a decent... It was above 50%.
We gave you what you deserve.
Yeah,
okay?
That was fair. You were actually, well. We're going to jump on into doing our trivia first. Switch it up, do some trivia.
Starting with MMA 114 trivia.
114?
Yeah. Fight Night 114.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, I was so confused. So I definitely know all about this card because I know the number.
We may not be as experienced, but...
No, there'll be something to talk about. But do you want to go with the first question?
I'll kick it off.
All right, kick it off.
All right, here's kind of a basic first one. Multiple choice. How many times will UFC have been to Mexico after UFC 114?
Okay.
So UFC 114 counts as one.
Right.
A, 3, B, 5, C, 6, D, 4. How many times have they been to Mexico?
I wish you had, like, the main events because I would get bonus points if I knew the main events. Yeah. And I know a couple.
We'll see if you can even get the number.
After this one, I'm going to say, I feel like they went 3 times before this. It could... What was A?
A was 3.
Yeah, they've either been 2
3,
times...
4, 5, or 6.
Yeah. But D was 4. Why couldn't you do A, B, C?
I wanted to.
I knew you. Yeah, I was like,
it throws you off.
No, it doesn't.
It already has thrown you off.
No, that hasn't. I'm just trying to remember if there were.
We'll see if you get it right.
2 or 3 events before this, and I only remember 2 events before. Let's see. The first event was Kane and Verdum, and that wasn't too long ago. Kane lost his. Actually, that was a while ago. And they said they wanted to get into... UFC said they wanted to start going heavy into Mexico. I'm going to go with... There were 3 events before. This is the 4th one. D, final answer.
D, final answer. Incorrect. D, there's 5.
5? Wow.
This is the 5th. So I don't know if one snuck in on you. It's probably another fight night. So
yeah.
Obviously you didn't, so that's a drink.
All right. This event, it's in Mexico City, Mexico.
Sure.
But the only fighter that I really have watched for probably since we started watching MMA.
Long time.
was Rashad Evans. So all my trivia is around Rashad Evans.
Cool.
And see how well you know your Rashad Evans trivia.
Sugar Rashad.
First question is, what season of The Ultimate Fighter did Rashad Evans win?
Season 1.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
No. It was season 2.
Who won number 1?
That was Forrest Griffin. Yeah, because it was Forrest Griffin, Stephan Bonner. And then Diego Sanchez, who did he beat to win the middleweight? I think it was middleweight.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I know he won it, though.
It's crazy. You will never expect it. It's middleweight.
And it's a middleweight fighter?
No, he's technically a featherweight. He's retired. He was a lightweight fighter, but he did this show on middleweight. He was eating the cheeseburgers, but to make weight.
I have no clue.
Kenny Florian.
Oh man, yeah. Diego would beat him in a rematch too. Probably Kenny Florian, but he would.
Keep dreaming that Diego Sanchez is going to get wins. But anyways, what's your second question?
Second question, another multiple choice. Rashad Evans has the most takedowns in light heavyweight history. How many does he have going into this fight? A, 38, B, 49, C, 50, D, 61.
He has the most at light heavyweight?
At light heavyweight.
Okay. Can you repeat the
A, 38, B, 49, C, 50, D, 61.
C.
50?
Can I say
38, 49, 50,
Yeah.
61.
I'm going to look up how many times he's fought, because he gets a lot of takedowns in every fight. So
No, just...
I can look.
Okay,
fine. I'm going to go with D.
61?
Yeah.
Okay. No, you were right with
I was
50.
right.
You're right with 50.
I don't know.
He's fought a lot, though.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing that hit me. I was like, he's boring because he gets a lot of takedowns. And he's fought a lot since The Ultimate Fighter Season 2. That's 2006. That's 11 years, and lots of a few rounds, five round fights.
Yeah.
Okay, this one.
Jesus.
So there will be 3 drinks, and you can get.
Well, you have to drink from this last
Oh
one.
yeah,
man.
I thought I did. My bad.
Well, you probably did. Another drink's never bad.
I'm already out. Okay. Second question, 3-parter, and I'm gonna list all 3. So, who did Rashad Evans beat to win the title? How many defenses did he have, and who did he lose the belt to?
He beat Chuck Liddell.
Okay.
To win the title. Is that right?
Do you want to do? You want me to say? No, that's not.
Why am I so terrible at trivia?
I would have gotten these.
This is still old school though. All right.
You can guess again.
Can I get a redemption?
You can get but
I'm
take
still
a drink.
drinking.
Yeah,
I'm still drinking.
I'll take my drink too if you get your redemption.
What did he beat to get the belt? I swear it was Chuck.
No, he didn't. You know. Oh, I thought. Okay.
I can't. Rich Franklin.
I don't think he's ever fought Rich Franklin before.
Oh man, that's middleweight. I'm trash.
He's never fought Rich Franklin. Forrest Griffin.
That's what I was going to say. I'm like, not Forrest Griffin. But
he beat Chuck Liddell to be the contender to fight for the belt.
I just remember that knockout.
Not a bad, yeah. Okay, second part
Right.
is how many defenses did he have after beating Forrest?
4.
Okay. False. He had 0. So take another drink.
Who did he lose to? Shogun?
No, take another drink.
Oh
Machida. God. Oh my god, dude.
When I said Shogun, I meant Machida.
Okay. I believe
Which I don't.
Which is
you shouldn't. I'm terrible at this.
I mean, I thought you'd get 2 of the 3. The defenses, 4 defenses, dude. He got 0.
Well, he sucks. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know.
Actually, in fairness, we didn't even start watching him until the fight after Machida. It was actually the second pay-per-view No, that was way after, by the way. That was way after.
That's the first time I remember seeing it.
We saw him fight at UFC 108, which was after, the first pay-per-view we did at Buffalo Wild Wings. I don't remember what we did with this one, but he fought Thiago Silva. It was like a last minute. Anderson Silva was supposed to fight on the card.
God.
It was a horrible card because, people were falling out. Anderson Silva was supposed to fight Vitor Belfort. Brock Lesnar and Shane Carwin were thinking about fighting on this card.
Oh.
It was not that great.
All right. Next trivia question for you. This is not multiple choice, but I'll be very impressed if you get it, and I think you can get it. But if you don't, I'll be happy. All right, loser gets 2 drinks. 2 drinks. But you're able to get this. Only 2 fighters in UFC history have KOs from standing elbows. Alan Jouban is one.
Damn it! That was my one. I thought you were going to make a name too.
Who is the other?
I was going to say Jouban. That's one. Damn.
Before you guess, if you want to get a hint, you can, but you have to take a drink.
Let me think for a sec. Pettis has not gotten, and it's in the UFC. UFC fights.
UFC.
Okay. Pettis hasn't
gotten. And they both
a finish.
have 2. They're standing elbow finishes.
I wonder if it's...
That's mine. I'm just enjoying a beer while you contemplate this.
I have 2 guesses. I don't know if either of them are right.
That could be 4 drinks.
No, okay. Give me...
if you
I
want
want to hear
the
the hint. Yeah, I want the hint,
hint,
and I'll take a
right,
drink.
I'll drink with you. I'll give you the weight class. Is that a fair hint?
Yeah, you can do that.
Heavyweight.
You said heavyweight?
Heavyweight, and they're still fighting in the UFC. More or less successfully.
Rashad never fought at heavyweight. No.
It's a current heavyweight. He's never been in any other division.
I'm going to have to go with Jouban's opponent, Nico Price, and just guess. You said heavyweight?
Is Nico Price heavyweight? Yeah, heavyweight.
There's no heavyweights on this card.
No, it's not on this card.
Oh, you said everything on this... Oh, Alan Jouban is one.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, I'll repeat the question. Only 2 fighters in UFC history have KOs from standing elbows. Alan Jouban is one. Who is the other?
Yeah, okay. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about this card. I'm like, there are no heavyweights.
Why did you go with Price?
I'm like, yeah. He's a middleweight, but I thought I had no idea. Okay,
that's the worst
so give
guess.
me a sec. Because...
Heavyweight, currently on the roster. Might be currently ranked. I'll give you that.
Oh my gosh.
And he's tied with Jouban at 2. Standing elbows. I was going to give you multiple choice and throw John Jones in there. I think that might have got you.
No, because I know all of John Jones' fights, and he hasn't knocked out. But, so this guy's a current heavyweight?
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
He may or may not be ranked. Even though I just said he is ranked, which I don't know if he is.
No, I'm not thinking about that. I'm just thinking of heavyweights. And...
I know one fight I think we watched together, so...
Wow. Crow Cop. I don't know.
Mirko Crow Cop.
No, I have no idea. Gabriel Gonzaga.
Nope.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Travis Brown.
Oh, okay. If I can name the 2, will you take a drink?
Sure, but you still have 2.
I know. Okay, fine. I'll do that right now.
I know the one you're thinking of right away.
Josh Barnett?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
The other one...
That counts as standing, technically.
Yeah.
Clinch is standing, so...
Yeah, I don't know the other one.
I don't either, so...
I'm going to look him up real quick. Did I do my last question? No, I didn't.
No.
Okay. I want to see if I can think of the other guy that Travis Brown did, too, because I know... it'll show up. But it was... Oh, man, he had that amazing front kick against Alistair Overeem. That was insane.
Yeah.
4 fights.
And he's fallen from grace ever since. So.
Could technically be on a 6-fight lose streak right now if that Mitrione eye poke thing didn't happen. I think Mitrione could have beaten him. His eye blew up.
Maybe.
I mean, he poked him square in the eye like 3 times.
I mean, you're assuming a lot.
Oh, yeah,
but
he should disqualification by eye poke. Your eye gets that big from a clear eye poke.
But I'm saying, but you assumed if the eye poke never happened, you're assuming Mac.
I never said that. Okay, last question, Rashad Evans related. Who was the first fighter to knock out Rashad? Hold on, I don't even know if I know that.
Chuck Liddell.
No, who was the first person to knock out Rashad?
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I was confused by the question, totally.
No,
No, I wasn't. I don't know.
You thought Chuck had knocked out Rashad?
I don't know. Machida.
Is that your final
Yes.
answer? You are correct. Yes! You got one.
Yes. I knew Machida for sure. I'm like, that's the only person I know. So.
It was his first loss ever, and that's when he lost the belt. Was to Machida.
Oh. And I remember the commercials for this. They're like, the dragon.
He did the stanky leg, yeah.
Yeah.
You remember that was before I started watching UFC. It was UFC 98.
I remember the commercials for Machida. I'm like, they're like this karate legend or something, just showing him. And I'm like, wow, this dude's awesome.
I remember when
he was awesome, but he has... Where is he? Is he fighting anymore?
No, he is, but, 3-fight losing streak. Oh, shit. Something just... Damn.
The way John Jones choked him out was just...
brutal.
Yeah, to say the least.
Oh, that's Rashad. Okay. When I was... Machida was, like, one of my favorite fighters. I liked his nickname, The Dragon. He had this badass karate style, because we saw him... when we started seeing him fight, he was, like, my wallpaper on my laptop. I had 4 fighters. I think it was GSP, Dan Hardy... it was like all in each corner. Machida, and then I think Randy Couture. So.
Although we did cheer for Shogun when he knocked out.
And that's what I was going to say, and then I backtracked.
Yeah, whatever. Shogun's a beast, too. I mean, he's not, but he was.
He is ranked 6th at light heavyweight, so...
Wow. Rematch with Jones, it's imminent.
I would hate to see that.
It'd be fun.
Since the last episode we did was supposed to be kind of a short episode, and it still turned into an hour-and-a-half long episode because we just like to talk MMA. There's not too much MMA going on this week. The event tomorrow, but I don't think it's going to do well because I honestly I don't know how you can have Sergio Pettis and Brandon Moreno as the main event on a.
They're just trying to promote their fighters from Mexico. It's really not.
So it's for the Mexicans in Mexico.
It's for Okay. It's for Mexico trying to build up their fighters, trying to find out who could potentially be the next superstar, and they might have that Moreno. Honestly, in my opinion, that might allude to my pick later on.
Mm-hmm.
But they have some scrappers, but.
I mean, I know.
And that's really what every event is when they go outside of the U.S. It's about building a market there. So I think Mexico could be one of the next big markets
that's
for
a good
the UFC.
That's a really good point because, like, Fox Sports 1, that's where this card is. It doesn't... Like, Fox Sports 1 doesn't do well in ratings in, like, many things. UFC is their go-to for ratings. Yeah. So... I think the UFC, they're like, we know we already got the advertising money. We got people, at least some people will tune in. It's not going to hurt us to make this a Mexican-friendly card.
And for the UFC, it's all about building those top guys. They need those guys who are going to go undefeated. They love those. They need to build superstars. Is what they need to do. They need to build the next Conor McGregor. They need to build the next John Jones, Demetrius Johnsons. Well,
I got a question because the way I look at it is the UFC can't build stars if the star doesn't do its part. Like Ronda Rousey, first female fighter to like be dominant, and then brought all the females into the UFC. So UFC helped promote her, but she did a shitload of promoting. And then you have Conor McGregor, natural promoter himself. I mean, he can promote his own fights. UFC, he just had the place to go to.
He had a country behind him.
And
if Ireland wasn't behind him, he wouldn't be anywhere where he is right now.
Right, but my point is
he's also the only Irish fighter, really, in the UFC. I can't name another one.
He is as of
He's the only one.
I think Joe Duffy is the last guy, but there aren't many. I think they've all retired in the last few months or something. So, but I'm just saying, like, you need. They are looking for the next big star, but none of these guys are like guys that are going to make themselves stars. These are good fighters on the card, but they are looking.
It's early on in the stages, but
for some, but I mean,
yeah, it's a personality thing. But as soon as you get a champion from a country, the country turns in.
Yeah,
tunes in.
Well,
least. Sweden, when they had Alexander Gustafsson, they really chimed in.
Yeah.
If he
Zlatan's his biggest fan.
Yeah. Well, he's one of the best soccer players. We won't get into that.
I want to talk about soccer so bad. But, that was the thing. Dana always wanted to get into Mexico when Kane was the champ. Kane was the champ because of that.
Is American as much. He is.
No, he is, but the Mexicans love him.
Yeah.
So Dana was like, yes, we're going to have a huge title fight with Kane in it. He'll fight Verdum, and Verdum
beat him up. Yeah.
So there went that, and so after that
lasts a while. Yeah.
So after that, it kind of hasn't been the same. But I mean, they're promoting. They did the Mexico City season with Efrain Escudero, even though they never fought against Kelvin Gastelum because Kelvin's Mexican. So Kelvin should be. I mean, if he wasn't, who did he just fight? Oh. Who just fought? Oh, yeah, Chris Weidman.
Yeah,
sorry.
Just talked about that.
Episode 1.
Yeah.
But, God.
It seems so long ago.
I know.
We've gone so far.
We've come so far. It's been a week. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. That would have been, to me, that fight.
Yeah, it's all about building.
Yeah.
Just building your fighters.
But me, selfishly, like, I enjoyed. Or no, that card actually wasn't good. Never mind. I'm taking back what I'm saying right now. I was going to say having this Kelvin against Chris Weidman in Mexico City would be a huge fight, but
they weren't trying to promote Calvin. They were trying to promote Chris Weidman.
Yeah. And so that would have been a backfire.
Yeah. So
right. Yeah. There goes my whole point. And I was going to be like, yeah, because that card had other good fights. I'm like, no, it didn't. Like that was the best fight on the card. But we're going to break down 4 of these fights that we're into, and then we're each going to pick a fight that is going to go on our official record books. So there's going to be 2 fights. I'm going to pick one.
AKA, some of us aren't confident in all of our picks. All the picks that we're breaking down, but to be fair, we don't really know some of these fighters as much.
Well, yeah, I just want to... The thing is, I want to know the fighters pretty well.
Preserve our record, and some of us don't care.
Well, I want to have, like, at the end of the year, I want to have a record that isn't like I just guessed on this one. I wanted to have one where it's reflective of my knowledge. That's why I wanted it. Because,
that's fair.
Like, I've seen Randa Marcos fight a few times. Alexa Grasso, I saw her fight
Felice Herring.
I say Felice. I'm like, it's not Felice. Like Felice Herring. But it's like, I don't know. There's better fights to pick. So we're going to start off on the second fight on the main card on Fox Sports 1, Sam Alvey against Rashad Evans.
Second fight on the prelims.
I'm looking at the
It's
card
on the main
now.
card?
Yeah, it must have moved up. I swear it was on the prelims, too.
Okay.
Yeah, I swear it was on the prelims. Right. It must have moved up. Maybe a fight.
They have 6 on it. Oh, that's FS1.
They do 6 on FS1.
Okay, that makes sense.
And with all the commercials, we're talking the fights will be over at about 12:15, 12:30 our time.
Crazy. Well, stay up.
Do you think
I can't tell you to stay up. No, don't.
Because, I mean, the main card starts at 9. It's going to be a long event. They love their commercials on FS1, so it's free.
How they make half their money, so.
Yeah, but anyway, Sam Alvey, Rashad Evans. Go ahead.
I would like to hear your pick first.
And reasoning. Okay. So I'm looking at their records, and I watched Sam Alvey fight on The Ultimate Fighter, so I've been watching his fights, and he can hit hard. I remember, where was the fight? Okay, Dylan Andrews, I remember that one. He had 3 knockouts in a row back in end of 2014 and then 2015. The guys he's lost to are good fighters. Elias Trudeau, Theodoro, Derek Brunson, and Talis Late is his last loss. He beat Nate Marquardt Last win was against Nate Marquardt, but he's over the edge. But then I look at Rashad Evans. He's on a 3-fight losing streak. Lost to Ryan Bader, which is kind of... Well, I would have picked Ryan Bader. Then he got knocked out by Glover. That is that I'm not surprised by. But then a split decision his last fight. Split decision loss over Dan Kelly, who has a dad bod. Oh my God, his nickname
that should be his nickname.
It is. His nickname is Dad Bod. So, because as I was saying, I'm like, I feel like he had a dad bod, but I think that might have been his nickname. But yeah, but this guy's 13-2. I'm literally coming up with my pick as I'm going over these right now.
Who you got?
I am taking Rashad Evans.
I'm glad you took Rashad because I'm picking Sam Smiling Alvey.
Oof.
And here's why. I think one of the biggest factors. Do you know how old Rashad is, Jeremy?
39.
37.
Okay.
Yeah. He might look 39. He's going down in weight. A light heavyweight. Probably should be a light heavyweight, but his last fight was in middleweight. Yeah, but this is a middleweight fight. I mean, he has the most takedowns. He's a good wrestler. That's how he's going to have to win the fight.
Think he's more athletic than Sam? I mean,
I think he used to be. I don't know if he is anymore. I don't know if that's going to matter as much because of the age. Sam's 31, so that's a 6-year difference. That's kind of significant, especially when you're in your 30s. But Sam's been fighting a lot recently. Actually, he is. Thank you. He has 7 fights since 2014. He's one of the most active UFC fighters.
Yeah, he's
on
active.
the roster. He's very active. Rashad has not been as much. Also,
That's
Rashad's
true.
camp's kind of gone down. And Sam he's just been doing well in his last fights. Another stat I really like was Sam Alvey has a takedown defense of 85%.
Ooh.
Second best in UFC middleweight history. Behind who?
Oh, and middleweight?
Middleweight history, second best takedown defense. 3, 2, 1.
Michael Bisping.
All right, false.
You gave me a
Christoph Joseph or something. I don't know. No one knows who he is.
Christoph Shozinski.
Maybe.
I've met him.
But it may not be. That doesn't sound quite right.
It's not Christoph Shozinski?
It might be. I don't know. I thought the last name was a little shorter.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. But it's some other guy I didn't know. So I just kind of moved past it. But second best, that's impressive. That's pretty good. And that's what Rashad's taking you down at I think it's under 50. Under 50%. He's under 50. He's fought a lot of good guys, but this is also middleweight. So we'll see. I think that's his only chance is to take him down, ground and pound. Maybe he could get a submission. But if Rashad wins, it's a decision. If Sam Alvey wins, Sam Alvey could knock him out. Sam Alvey, I don't know, TKO him. I don't know how good a submission game is, honestly, but I'm going Sam Alvey. I was pretty confident in this one. I got 70% Sam Alvey, 30% Rashad. Rashad also has the experience, though, so I might give that to him. But Sam Alvey. Sam Alvey's my pick. I'm glad we're different on this one.
We're not different. I've changed my pick to Sam Alvey, and I'm not lying.
Oh, my God.
Yep.
Oh, my God.
Thank you for that stat of 84%.
No, you can't switch. You already made it official.
I did not.
Ladies and gentlemen, he locked in with Rashad Evans.
I never locked in anything.
Oh, my God.
I like that we disagree sometimes, but you just convinced me to pick Sam Alvey.
All right. Oh,
pick Rashad now.
Oh, my God.
No, we are picking Sam Alvey.
This is why we're tied, because someone likes to...
Hey, I'm just trying to be accurate.
Swim in my way.
That's where you say, yeah, that's why the picks are that way. Well, how about, because sometimes you convince me to pick, you're like, yeah, or sometimes you're like, dude, I got this guy, so pick the other guy.
To be fair, Jeremy didn't do a lot of research before this. I did about 20 minutes, and, you see those few stats, they stick out on paper. So.
I'm remembering picking Jim Miller, because I got Pettis. I'm like, I like Jim Miller, and I think he can beat him. And he had no chance against Pettis, and I lost that pick. Now I need to think realistically. Who has more tools
There's a lot of factors, yeah. I think the age is a huge one.
And just Rashad hasn't shown up in his last... I mean, you lost to Dan Kelly.
Dan Kelly.
Dan
and Sam's been showing up. He's younger.
He did lose to Talis Leites his last fight, but he was on a 4-fight win streak before that.
That's not an easy fight. Talis
Leites is his top. Yeah, he's good. I wouldn't say scrapper,
not that
but
he's
elite.
Good. Well, I mean, his fighting style seems like he's like.
Oh, is that the dude?
That's the dude.
Christoph Joko.
Yeah, he must be on the tear.
Dave Branch. Oh, that was the Dave Branch fight that was boring.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh well.
But yeah. So we're both picking Sam Alvey.
Well, now we're both picking Sam Alvey. So Sam Alvey wins. You know who hooked Jeremy up with a win, but if he loses, then Jeremy's just an idiot. Just listening to another bigger idiot who picked Sam Alvey. So we'll see.
Next fight we're breaking down, we're skipping Martin Bravo and Humberto Bandine, because I don't know who they are.
Which is a shame, because that could be just an amazing fight.
Seems...
No, I'm just messing. I have I've never heard about it. But.
The next fight we're going to break down is the welterweight fight between Alan Jouban and Nico Price. Alan Jouban, most attractive guy in the UFC, behind Luke Rockhold or ahead? Who you got? Jesus 1, 2 there?
I don't have anybody. I haven't thought of who's the most.
They got good-looking bodies. They're both models.
Oh,
I can think of... Never mind.
Wow. No. Well, that might be a separate episode for Jeremy, who's the most...
I can look at a guy's body and be like, damn, and he can fight too.
Well, what features are the most attractive to you about each man?
The hair. The hair's solid.
The hair. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, because I'm not trying to be like... I'm not gay, dude.
That's a bit you can respect.
But their six-packs are solid too, but that's all. That's all I'm going to talk about. You break down the fight.
Wandering eyes over here, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's go past this.
Oh, man. No, I loved where this was going. He has mentioned this multiple times, so this was not the first time, so I'm not surprised.
I'm just speaking truth. If you think they're ugly, then that's weird.
Jouban's a Versace model, as I've been told.
Oh, yeah, we did.
As I've been told. We've had this conversation multiple times.
More than once. This is probably the 4th or 5th time.
Yeah. Well, hey. I looked at this fight. The only thing that really stuck out to me about Jouban, he gets a lot of knockouts, TKOs. I think he's at like 67%. Also has that stat of the standing elbows. Very creative with his stand-up, but this Price guy is also pretty good. Undefeated, so
yeah.
I kind of like guys that have a few losses on their record, know what it's like to lose and make adjustments, but he's a savage too. And also knocks out at the same rate as Jouban.
Oh, he has a lot. I mean, but he's only fought twice in the UFC, so he should have a knockout on his last win, but he tested positive for, heavy steroids, marijuana. So
on the marijuana.
Yeah, he's on the marijuana, so he had no business being in the octagon.
Well, that's pretty much just cheating.
But so he got a submission win, arm triangle choke against Brandon Thatch, which...
And I remember we saw that, and we're like, wow, Brandon Thatch sucks.
That's when it hit us. His ground game sucks.
No, I think we knew before. We did, like, all right, this is a nobody, you should win. All right, yeah.
I mean, he's
I'm going with Price. I'm going with Price, and I hope you take Jouban. So.
Yep. I am...
Jouban has the experience, but I like Price.
And I am a Jouban fan. Like, looks aside, I'm a Jouban fan.
Hope he's wearing those tight shorts, don't you?
God. Yeah. I kind of do, but anyways. His last loss was to Gunnar Nelson by submission. It happens. And if Jouban has the right game plan and doesn't brawl, then Jouban wins this fight because he has way more UFC experience. His losses have come from really good fights where he's just like, oh, this guy's a striker. I'm just going to try to strike with him and brawl and stuff and not use his whole game because he is a very well-rounded fighter. So I think he just has to have the right game plan going into this fight and he can win. So that's why I'm picking Alan Jouban. I totally get your pick. I was kind of split, but I'm going with more tools, more experience in the UFC, and I'm a fan of his. So,
also one stat I didn't mention that also put me on Price's side. Mm-hmm. Do you know what the age difference is between these two guys?
Alan Jouban is in his mid-30s. So how old is Nico?
27.
27?
Jouban's 35.
You're big into age, aren't you?
It's... I don't think there's any other sport where it kind of clicks where, like, you're old, man. You need cardio. If you don't knock them out right away, cardio.
Yeah.
And I don't know, science kind of says you peak in cardio ability in your younger 20s.
That's true.
So,
but, I mean, I'm just looking at
that he can't.
Yeah, I'm looking at a fight. And a fight, anything can happen.
But experience is big, so that's kind of neutraled it out for me. But
yeah.
And I wonder, this was kind of a pick-em. This is a pick-em.
This is a pick-em, and I wanted to see how long...
but to me, this is the best fight. This will be the most fun fight on the card.
This is the one I'm most looking forward to as well. I mean,
I want to see Sam Alvey, Rashad.
That's what I was just
we both do, just because we know the fighters. But
right.
out of just enjoying a fight, this is the one to watch. So tune into this one.
Yeah, I feel the same way. We know Rashad Evans and Sam Alvey, but
like you said, it could be boring. Rashad Evans, Sam Alvey.
I think it will be. I think it'll be 3 rounds.
If Rashad takes him down.
No, it'll be 3 rounds either way, I think. Sam could push the pace but just win the rounds. But
Rashad's known to get clipped, but I don't know if Sam Alvey can do that. Yeah.
If he lands, he lands. But anyways, so yeah, I'm taking Joe Ban. You got Price. I like that. Now we're moving up to the co-main event. Randa Marcos versus Alexa Grasso. And I'm excited for this woman's fight, to be honest. I'm a Randa Marcos fan.
I was too, after seeing her on the show. She seems like a nice girl.
Yeah, she's lost a fight, won a fight, back and back and back. She's 3-3.
She's been that's hard.
Back and forth.
That is hard.
She comes back every time, but she won her last fight, so she might lose this one.
Yeah, and honestly, that's in her mind too. That's in her mind. So,
but her last win was Carla Esparza, and that was her biggest win.
Former strawweight champion,
who I thought was going to be strawweight forever. But my pick, I'm gonna take Randa Marcos. I think she'll finally get 2 wins in a row in the UFC. On Alexa Grasso, I think I had her against Felice Herring, but Felice hasn't been as good as I thought she would have been in the UFC. But that fight, she looked really good. And Grasso, the problem with her is I think she's too young. Because you're an age guy. I feel like being too young can be a factor. And Randa Marcos is 31, so she's not super old. 23, Alexa Grasso, she's kind of just starting. I mean, she's younger than I am.
Yeah.
So, I got Randa Marcos on experience, and I think the Carla Esparza won her last win, even though it was split. I thought she clearly won. I think she has some confidence going into this, and she knows that she has the experience, so that's why I have her.
I'm glad you picked her. I've got Alexa Grasso. You got Alexa Grasso easily. Not easily. This one was hard. I'm a Randa Marcos fan. I like her. But I think Alexa Grasso's got this. Especially after seeing her last fight. Felice Herring, I kind of disagree, has been on the up and up. She won her last fight as well. And I can't remember who it was against.
Oh, I thought that was her last fight.
No. She
had
one more after that, and she won it. And who was it? No, it was Paige Van Zandt. No. Just in case. All right, I don't know. Oh, she lost to Paige Van Zandt. Oh, shoot.
That's when I was just like, okay, that's where she's at. But
she's on a decent win streak. She's looked good. She's got good ground and pound. That's kind of Felice's game. But this isn't about.
And if she does fight Paige again, which she wants, she'll beat her easily.
And the only thing I am concerned about this is Alexa Grasso came in overweight. She didn't make weight.
For this?
Yeah. She didn't make
they weighed in today, yeah.
She didn't make weight for this fight. She is...
heavily missed.
4 pounds over? 119?
She's young. She doesn't know what she's... I mean, she has fought a few times. Yeah. So.
She was a boxer before this, though. That's my thing. I think it goes to... Is she able to keep it standing? I think she has a decent takedown defense. Mm-hmm. Randa Marcos doesn't have elite takedowns, but she's good at it. That's her thing. So
she has pretty good takedowns.
Alexa Grasso's really got to mix it up, throw the uppercuts, and really just keep it at distance. But I think she'll be able to turn it out for a win decision. I think it's going to decision.
Yeah, it's going to decision.
It's a strawweight fight. I hate to say that, but
it's catch weight.
Okay.
So I want to talk about she came in 3 pounds over. That's pretty heavy. Do you think she was like, I am exhausted. I'm just gonna be overweight, give up the purse. I'm fighting in Mexico.
That's smart. Honestly, if that was her tactic, I hadn't even considered that. That's really smart.
You give up 20% of your purse if the little she's probably making.
But you make that purse back if you win.
In spectacular form. Okay, in the long term, but long term.
I mean, imagine if she loses. Then you lost your purse and you lose.
Yeah, and you don't get your win bonus.
Yeah.
That's what we're saying, yeah.
So will she get her win bonus does she have to share it or?
No, well if she wins, they combine the win and loss, like you get, or the show money, the win money, and then 20% of that goes to your opponent. Okay. I think it depends on where you're at.
But if you get the bonus, you should have to share that bonus.
Oh, the bonus? Opponent. You don't get a bonus if you're overweight. Okay. No bonuses.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, still, yeah. If you know you're not going to make weight,
or it could just be being irresponsible. You don't know what it is, so.
We don't know, but I'm going to go with her against my better judgment. Usually when fighters are overweight, it's usually an issue. I feel like overall they tend to lose more, but
yeah, I wonder what that stat is.
I would say it's in the favor of the. It's not in the favor of the people who come in overweight. From my experience, they tend to end up losing. I don't know if it's psychological. They're like, man, I already missed weight. Okay, I have to perform extra good to make up for it. I don't know, but I'm picking her anyways. The youth, the stand-up, Marcos. She doesn't have bad stand-up, but I don't know. I'm going with Alexa Grasso, so we shall see.
Yeah, we'll have to see about it. It bothers me when the person that comes in overweight wins, and then if it's like a spectacular finish, and they like celebrate and stuff. It's just like you were unprofessional in the lead up, and then that bugs me. But
if they win, it should be extra money out of their purse, 50% out of their purse.
Yeah, I mean they're saying that it was happening so much. Fighters are just like, 20% is good. Like raise it up to like 50, but
they should. Making an actual punt, and then maybe that would.
You have to do something. It's automatic.
You have to do something.
Yeah. So that's our breakdown. I'm happy that we're disagreeing on the picks. Let's go to Sergio Pettis, the main event against Brandon Moreno. I was kind of struggling to pick who I wanted, but the thing that bothers me was
who you got.
I'm gonna take
who you got. Then give me the.
Okay. I am going to go with Sergio Pettis. Yeah.
And why is that?
I'm going to go with Sergio because I know that I'm not too familiar with Brandon Moreno. I do know his last fight against Dustin Ortiz, and that fight was really good. And he had a really good...
The Smolka fight. Didn't you see that?
I saw the Smolka fight. I'm talking about the Dustin Ortiz one last. Because Dustin Ortiz, he doesn't have a great record in the UFC, but every time he fights... It's exciting. So he's on the card too, but I don't know who he's fighting. So I'm actually looking forward to Dustin Ortiz fighting early on. But Pettis. I know that he has good training partners. I know that's stupid to say, but he's finally, and he's young too. He's only 23. He came into the UFC super early. He was just known as Anthony Pettis' younger brother, but he's done well. He's only lost twice, but they have one by knockout, one by submission. The submission one scares me by Bruce Leroy, but that was his second fight in the UFC. So
he lost that fight, correct?
Yeah. So that's kind of scares me, but his last fight against John Moraga is really good, so I was impressed with that. Chris Carriasso, that's a good win. Chris Kalidas, I've seen him fight once or twice, but I don't like he always gets decisions. Always decisions. He'll lose by knockout.
His past 6 fights have been decision.
He was getting all finishes, or no, he was getting mostly finishes before he came to the UFC, but he cannot get a finish to save his life.
And does that just show a lack of elite ability,
or it could show him just
he's still winning?
Yeah, he's still winning. So in 6-2 for someone who's 23 years old in the UFC, this guy could be something, but he needs to be spectacular in this fight. I want to see him actually put on a performance, get maybe like a knockout like his brother or something. I want to see this is Sergio Pettis' coming out party because he's calling out. He said Ronda Rousey, she was undefeated, but there was always that one person that came up there's always that one person that comes up that can beat you. And he's like, that. I think I'm that next guy for Demetrius. So that's what he said this week. He definitely could just be hyping up the fight, but I want this to be his coming out party where he looks really good, maybe like get a fight of the night or performance of the night finish. But I want him to get his first finish. I'm going to pick him by it's 5 rounds, so I don't have how he's going to win, but my pick is Sergio Pettis.
I'm picking Moreno. This was kind of easy after I.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry, I mean to me.
No, I don't blame you.
He's the Mexican fighter. Home field advantage wasn't really anything I considered, but dude's on an 11-fight win streak.
Yeah.
And his submission rate is unreal. Over 70% of his fights end in submission.
Yeah.
Dude finishes fights. I remember his Smolka fight. Smolka's a pretty good fighter. Finished him quick. And this, I mean, not that Pettis is a slouch on the ground at all, but I like guys who can finish. And Pettis doesn't finish. He just gets decisions.
Yeah,
and I feel like he's going to feel a lot of pressure on himself. Moreno's a bit more of the lanky fighter. Has an inch in height, has an inch in reach. That might help. It's flyweight. I'm not really concerned about anyone getting knocked out. So if it's going to be a finish, it's probably going to be a submission.
You're right.
And I think Moreno's a little bit slicker on the ground. So I don't know. I'm going with Moreno, just based off of that. So, but I'm glad we disagree on that. And initially, I was like, all right, I'll pick Pettis just because of the name Pettis. And I'm like, let me actually look at this.
Yeah.
And once I did, I was like, if you strip the names away, I feel like it's going to be Moreno. But I don't know.
Yeah, I'd say it's 50-50 for me. I mean, Brandon Moreno's submission game is good. Both of his submissions in the UFC were performance of the night.
And Pettis probably trains with better guys than Moreno, so he's probably has.
I'm thinking, but it's like wrestlers. I mean, it's like Ben Askren, who's the best welterweight wrestler on the planet, one of the best wrestlers in MMA. But it's like, how's his jiu-jitsu game? I'm sure they have people, but I don't know. I can. I mean, a part of me wants to go towards Moreno, but I already switched my pick with Sam Alvey and Rashad Evans.
He admitted he's guilty.
So I won't do it this time. I'll let you. But now we're going to pick the one fight that we're confident in. And I'm going to go with Randa Marcos and Alexa Grasso. That's the one, because we're picking against each other, and I'm pretty confident Randa Marcos can get it done. So
we're only doing one fight officially. So you're taking.
No, and we can also do Sam Alvey and Rashad. I'll take the easy win, and you can have your win too.
All right, you're taking Rashad?
No, but
we can pick Sam Alvey.
Yeah, but we can just add it to the record board. It says a win.
All right, beat the stats. No, I decline.
Oh, you don't want to do it?
I decline. After you copied, you should have taken Rashad. But we'll leave it at that.
If Rashad wins, I'll take it.
No, I'm negating that. That does not count. But I'll be happy if you win that fight. I'll be very happy if you win. If Sam Alvey wins for you.
But you're picking Sam too, right?
Yes.
Okay. But no, we'll also do Alan Jouban and Nico. We disagree on that.
We did?
So, yeah, I picked Alan Jouban.
All right.
I know it was 10 minutes ago.
I know you didn't want to. I didn't know you didn't. I thought we were only going to pick one apiece, but yeah.
Well, your one was going to be Sam Alvey, Rashad?
No, my one was going to be Pettis Moreno.
You okay?
So let's just do the last three, and we disagree on all of them. If you're fine with that going on the official record, let's do it.
All right, let's do
it. Someone's coming out a loser, and someone's coming out a winner. That's all that's for sure. We won't have an even record.
Could be a draw. We've had one no contest. That was the Eddie Alvarez Dustin Poirier fight. I wonder who we picked.
Dustin. You probably picked Eddie. Because you
I
were
don't
on
know.
The Eddie hype
I wonder
train.
if
you were on the Eddie hype train for a while, and I was just never on that boat. I had never seen him fight. Him fighting. What's his name? Connor. That was one of the. I think that might have been the first Eddie fight I'd ever seen.
Oh shit! You saw him fight Cowboy.
It was Eddie Rafael.
Cowboy. Eddie's first fight in the UFC was against Cowboy when.
I don't think I saw that.
Yeah, that was the card Demetrius fought, I think. Or no. I don't remember.
I only remember Eddie winning the belt and then Eddie losing the belt. That's all I remember.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, he won the belt. I thought he looked pretty good, but.
And then you find out Rafael dos Anjos blacked out before minutes before the fight, just blacked out. Like, no shit.
Issues with him, but.
Yeah.
right.
Were we breaking down anything else, or were we just doing this week?
Rumors, if you want. I don't know. Rumors going around, but...
There wasn't too much. We're going to save the Mayweather-McGregor stuff for next week. It'll finally be a couple weeks out.
Yeah, there's a little UFC drought here. So.
Yeah, there'll be a drought, so we're going to be breaking that down and then just talking like rumors and stuff, maybe get into upcoming fights like we saw this week, like...
Cody Garbrandt, TJ Dillashaw's coming up, maybe on tap for 217. Mm-hmm. John Jones, Brock Lesnar. So
yeah, I was like, we can get into that.
That's right. Yeah, we'll save it.
Yeah, like later on, that'd be...
See if it comes more true, but...
Yeah. Finally, we got a short episode.
Yeah, looking forward to this Mexico City event, though.
Really?
After these picks, I want to watch the fights.
Yeah,
because I want to beat you.
I'm way more into the fights now. I will not get too drunk for these fights.
Well, that's kind of our motto for most.
I think I say that before every event, and then I get drunk.
Stay away from the
New Amsterdam. Yeah, maybe just get a brew.
What's that rating? 5 out of 5, or
what?
New Amsterdam.
Oh, I thought you were saying Steel Reserve. I just mentioned it. New Amsterdam. I don't know. You want me to look it up?
No.
Okay.
Because
this is MMA on tap. This isn't like
it's beer
vodka.
only.
So,
all right, so let's talk about before you sign us off.
Oh yeah,
the good juju.
The good juju.
Has your rating changed after you drank it, or? Are you...
No, I actually still have half a glass of my last beer because it was like the review said. It was just tasted like ginger and it was just watery. So I'm ginger. Okay with. So out of 5, I'd say I'd give it 2 point. And I always factor in alcohol percentages into mine. So I'm gonna actually give it like a 2.1 out of 5. Not super impressed.
Yeah, for doing that.
It's a little expensive too. So I mean, I'll take a Steel Reserve, which is half the price, over one of these any day. So.
Yeah, I'm going down too. I'm going to give it 2.0.
Yeah.
Nah, 2.2. Just go down 0.1.
You'll be back.
Like you said, watery or...
Yeah, just watery and...
And I don't know, yeah, when you factor in price and alcohol percentage, it's just not doing the trick, but... Hey, guys, work on it. Good juju, work on it. Go juju, whatever. Good juju. Work on it. Make it stronger. Give us that punch
give us
that punch of ginger.
A nice left hook, and like then, a jab left hook thing.
Yeah, jab left hook. Follow up with a beer taste or something, and then make it like 6.5.
Because you got down the artwork. You got down your
artwork's on point.
Yeah, the artwork's beautiful. I do. Yeah, Dia de los Muertos. Out of respect for the Mexican card,
and that's why you chose it. Hey, all right, signing on.
All right. Well. Yeah, that's it for episode 3. We'll be back next week recapping the card and just talking anything MMA. So, thanks for tuning in. This has been the MMA on Tap podcast.